All right, so this might be the first time I've ever had to do this, but I made a review for a movie called Brute 1976, and I went on a big long rant about something. And I then had to immediately get rid of the video. It's unlisted, so if you really want to see it, I'll link it in the description below. I didn't get rid of it, but I went on a pretty long tirade of this angry rant about how there is this dick scene in the movie where a dick is being mutilated and it's all being edited. It's got the censor like block around it, and it's like moving really terribly with the dick and all of this stuff. And I was just like blown away by that. I was like, this is so fucking stupid. And this is like the third movie I've seen in recent memory that has done this. That they'll have a dick scene in a movie, and they'll edit it out. They'll put like a filter over it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Either show the dick or don't put it in the movie at all. Censoring it is fucking bizarre to me. Like, it is so, like, you want to talk about taking you out of a movie. Nothing will take me out of a movie faster than like censoring and blurring a dick for seemingly no reason. Like, you are making an R-rated film and you're censoring nudity because you think what? We're, as the audience, gonna be offended by seeing a penis? Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I come to find out that this is the copy I watched, that the VOD release, for whatever reason, they decided to edit it and to censor it. And that people who watched the film in other places said that that scene was able to be seen. So I was like, oh shit, now I got to retract this review because I went really hard on that and was going at the filmmakers and whatever, and was like, I don't understand, like, why would you do this? This is so fucking stupid. So this is my retraction review for Brute 1976, I guess, because I was wrong and I should have, I guess, looked into it more. Although I didn't release it to everybody, only members got to see it, so I think only like 10 or 15 people saw the fucking video anyways. But I'm glad that you guys came to me and were like, don't release this. This is what's going on. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll re-record this. Now this was like over a week ago, so anyway, Brute 1976. I still didn't like the movie. I still am totally down on it. I still don't recommend it. I still think it's not good at all. But I don't have that rant now about censoring your only money shot in the entire film. Now, would that have been a better scene to have been in the movie, and maybe would have made me like that at least? Yeah, probably. Probably at least there would have been something in the film to have seen, because everything else in the film, for the most part, is cutaways, or just like blood splatter or some bullshit cop out nonsense. And it's like, once again, me going on my rants. Like, I don't understand why modern slashers who don't offer anything really else, they make tropey films that are trying to harken back. This one, of course, is trying to be somewhat of an homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which, yes, you can, obviously point out that, oh, hey, in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the very film in which we are homaging, there's no gore in that film. And it's like, yeah, but that film has unbelievable style. That movie has unbelievably, like, amazing direction and is iconic, and it can get away with it, like Halloween or something. But a film like this, a schlocky film, a film that's trying to fall more in line with, something like Just Before Dawn or Madman or something along that ilk, right? That's not the same. We're not talking about the same league here with something that has a tremendous amount of style, right? Like It Follows or something has unbelievable style. It has phenomenal music. It has great performances. It can get away with if it does not want to show gore, because it has so much to offer in these other departments that gore is not necessary. But if you're going to make a schlocky slasher film, the only thing that the audience really genuinely cares about is fun, memorable characters. They can be as goofy and silly and terrible acting as they want, although it's very hard to emulate the past characters, right, from like a bygone era, the 80s or whatever. Like, you just can't seem to replicate that. It's not, you have to do it honestly and sincerely for it to work. But then you need gore, copious amounts of uh, exploitation, right? The types of people who watch a film like Brute 1976, who are going to sit through tropes and bad dialogue and bad acting, and they're there for a couple things. As I said, fun characters that are memorable, a la like Crispin Glover in Friday 4, or anybody in Friday 4. They're not super well written characters or whatever, but there's a lot of fun and memorable moments with them that make up for the lack of premise and plot and tropes and whatever. But then, of course, nudity, right? Like, nudity is on top of gore and tits, hot babes, and lots of violence. That's really what because this type of movie, you're not trying to appeal to mom and pop, right? Like, this isn't that kind of movie. This movie is appealing to genre fans, and genre fans, when they're watching a movie like this that doesn't really offer much in the way of style, has to amp up the level of graphic gore, a la Terrifier, right? Like, that's why Terrifier is so successful, is because it's finally giving the audience what it wants. And then then the director will come back, or somebody on the film will come back and be like, well, we didn't have the budget. And it's like, well, then you just need to figure out how to allocate funds from the budget to make that happen. Otherwise, just don't make the movie. Like, in my opinion, you can make whatever you want, but you're going to get reviews like this that are like, why is there no gore in your slasher film that doesn't really offer anything else? You're just waiting for the kills, and then when they happen, you're like, oh, nothing? You're really not going to show me anything? I had to sit through all that bullshit to get to nothing? Like, that just feels like bad sex where you don't come, right? You're like waiting, and you're waiting to have an orgasm, and you're really not even enjoying the sex. It's with someone that you're not vibing with. It's just off. And then you get to the end, and then someone walks in and interrupts it, and you're like, I don't even get to come? Like, what was the point of this? That's how these movies feel to me. So, yeah, I as far as the premise, I mean, as I said, like, this is just trope after trope after trope, right? It's a bunch of people in a van in 1976, and they go out into the desert, basically, and they're doing like a photo shoot with these models, and people start dying because of this killer family, very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The dialogue is all terrible, throwaway. I don't find any of it interesting, funny, or memorable. None of the kills are good, other than maybe this dick scene that I didn't even get to watch. So, man, I probably should have just put up the other review, because that was probably more kind. I think I'm being even meaner to this movie, and I'm not even intending to be. It's just these types of movies are my mortal enemy. These are the types of films that I am always harping on this channel. If you want to piss me off more than anything on this channel, make a super tropey slasher throwback. Have no style to it. Have no memorable music. Cut away from all the kills, and then have girls have like these sexy scenes where they're having sex, or they're models and they're like, in bikinis or whatever, but then they never actually expose themselves. They never take off their clothes. It's like literally just kind of going down every single thing that we want to see and just saying, no, we're not going to give you what you want. And the thing that also frustrates me about that is the only type of people that make these types of movies are the people who would, if this wasn't their movie, be sitting right next to me agreeing. They'd be watching these movies going, man, where's the kills? Man, where's the tits? Man, where's the fun characters? Where's the style? Where's the music? Where's the this? Where's the that? And then they go out and they make these. And I know movies are hard to make. I know that I'm sitting back here comfy in my house, throwing a bunch of complaints at this screen, being this backstreet freaking driver, Monday morning quarterback who has no resume to speak from, and whatever. But I can be honest. I can be honest about what I know that slasher fans want, and this ain't it. This isn't even remotely it. So Yeah, maybe someone would like a movie like this. I could be wrong, but I would say for the most part, almost any like slasher fan, the fans like me are gonna watch this movie, and it's just gonna anger them. They're just gonna watch it and be like, "What did I even sit through? Why?" So yeah, just no, big time no, all the way around. I just films like this are so frustrating. I feel like it's right there. They're right there. Obviously, you have passionate people who are making this, people who genuinely love the genre, people who genuinely would want the things that I would want. And then for whatever reason, budget, limitations, whatever, they just don't deliver on those things. And maybe themselves are like, God, yeah, I wish I could have done that, but we just didn't have the budget or we didn't have the whatever. It's like, you just have to make it happen. You just have to. In a movie like this, if you can't do the gore and you can't do this, then the slasher movie ain't gonna be your thing, right? That's just put that on hold until you get the budget, right? But look at fucking Terrifier 1. That movie had like zero budget. It had Damien Leone on it, who was a makeup effect guy, so he probably, just did all the work for free, and that's why it was cheaper. But you have to have it. You got to in a movie like this. It is an absolute necessity. And the dick scene. If I had maybe seen that, I would have been like, okay, at least you had this. I didn't get to see it. So I guess maybe I'm being a little too harsh because they did have that one scene that I didn't get to watch. But where's all the other ones? Nah, that's it. All right, I'm way too mean and harsh on this film, but I can't stand movies like this. All right, that's that. Adios.